Hey Jeff, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, Luke. I'm doing good.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, brother, to discuss your experience of going through the ARC system. I appreciate it a lot. I know it's early where you're at in the morning there. So let's dive right in into your experience, man. So could you maybe explain a little bit? So tell us a little bit about yourself, and what was the problem that you were going through when you enrolled in the ARC system?
Okay. Well, I'm Chinese Canadian. My parents came over from China. I swear they were farmers before, judging by the trauma that they passed on to me of non-communicating. But yeah, I was born and raised in Canada here on the West Coast. Um, I got married maybe about 15 years ago, and my wife and I we had a daughter probably a couple of years into the marriage, and after the daughter, 2 years later, we had identical twin boys. So three under three, it was very, very difficult, and became survival mode for the longest time. As for being in survival mode, I got complacent, and the relationship between my wife and I basically fizzled into nothing. We became roommates more than anything else. And I came into this program because we were falling apart. My wife said that she loved me, but she wasn't in love with me. I wanted more out of the relationship. I felt like I wasn't in a good place to carry on a relationship with my wife or my family. Um, my wife was secretly texting with somebody else. Um, and I know that I needed to do something, but I couldn't figure out what it was. So I looked into programs and I found the art system. And when I found the art system, did a little bit of research, I found that all the tools or I found that all the substance in the program was in line with what I thought what I needed to improve myself as a person and to be able to get my wife back.
Okay. Wonderful. And I remember that conversation because it sounded like you'd done a lot of research. You kind of looked into other programs. So what was it about the ARC system that made you decide to go for the ARC system rather than some of the other programs that are out there?
Well, a lot of the other systems out there, I mean, I must have joined like 6 or 7 different mastery classes. I found that it was a lot of time. I
Yeah.
spent a lot of time researching. I found that a lot of the other ones were blaming her. Whereas for you, it's like bring it down to yourself. Stop pointing fingers, and let's focus on you first. And that's what intrigued me. It's like, okay, well, you can't change it. My belief is that you can't change other people. So why don't you look internally and start there, right?
Hmm.
Um, you gotta grow your plant before that plant could boom flowers, right? You can't boom flowers with no plant, no base. So
Yes.
that's what I figured. The art system would be the best system for me. So
Okay.
that's why I talked to you.
Okay. So by the sound of it, you'd done the research, but then you also had a gut feeling that it was the right thing for you. Were there, before you took the plunge and your application was accepted, were there any hesitations about joining the ARC system? Like what kind of thoughts were going through your head?
Um, I was wondering if I would be able to succeed because I was not in a really good place mentally. Physically, I was okay. I wasn't eating properly back then, and um, yeah, mentally, I felt like a failure because of everything going on in my life at that time. And then physically, I wasn't taking care of myself. Um, so I mean, as for other doubts, I don't think I had any other doubts. Moving into the system, coming into the system, was I wasn't sure if I was be gonna be able to attend the classes because of the time zone.
Hmm.
But after attending the first couple, I mean, it's a given. I want to be here, right? I mean, I'll wake up at 3 in the morning anytime to join class again.
Yeah. it's wonderful. Can you share a little bit about your experience with the group sessions? Because you think you're getting up, it's at like 4 a.m. Your time Pacific. What have you been getting out of those group sessions? What do you find so great about them?
I find that uh, I'm not the only one with these issues. There's other people with these issues, and finding out that how they deal with it, it's almost the same as how I would deal with them. And having the tools to know if it's a right way to deal with it or the wrong way to deal with it, or if there's another way to deal with the issue. That is always a bonus because I mean, as a guy, we got blinders on, we think one way and we'll go one way. But then
Yes.
if there's different options, it opens up a whole different field to play on. It's great.
Okay.
It's great to have so many people with all the support in the
Yeah.
group sessions.
So it sounds like it's a sounding board for you that you can put something out there and get feedback almost instantaneous from the rest of the group and get the group wisdom. Would that be right?
Absolutely. And also
Yeah.
share with the other people like you
Yeah.
understand that they're not alone and they need to know that they're not alone. There's other people's sitting there supporting them. And
Gotcha.
as a male, we're scared to reach out. We usually keep things to ourselves. And having this place where we can voice ourselves without being judged, it's amazing.
Wonderful. How would you then describe the Ark Brotherhood, if in your own words?
When are we gonna go fight?
When are you gonna go? So you feel like
Uh,
there's a
I would I would definitely stand behind all of these guys. These guys are an amazing group of guys. Even the new guys coming in, um, they're all great people. I mean, I would stand up the back for any of these guys. These guys
that's
are
wonderful.
awesome.
That's wonderful. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. It's a nice way to put it. So, Jeff, could you then also now maybe share a little bit? How was your experience going through the ARC system? You joined only 2 months ago.
Hmm.
Your progress has been incredible. We'll go into a little bit of your results shortly. But how has your experience been in the last 2 months in the ARC system?
Well, the experience has been great because I was able to learn a lot and I was able to guide myself through situations which I have not been able to do before. Starting off in the program, it was a little bit difficult because um, with the program, as I said, it starts with you. The focus is starting on you. It was hard to separate myself from what I was doing, which was ultimately digging myself a bigger hole in my relationship. So getting my foot off in the right foot from what I thought was the right thing to do was the biggest step on the right direction to go. Right. So once I was able to focus on myself and then round back to the relationship, it did a lot. It helped a lot. The the program was amazing. It made me realize how I was reacting emotionally was not the right way to go, how I was closing or shutting down and moving away on difficult questions was not the right way to go. And it made me realize that a lot of these issues was my own self doing
Mm.
from childhood traumas or just the way I've become. Um, it made me realize that what I was doing was not the correct way of doing things. And moving forward, it gave me tools and guides on how to do things and how to be more confident and um, have deep conversations without being scared to talk to my wife. And yeah, I mean, I gotta thank the art system for giving me these tools and teaching me how to do all of this stuff.
Awesome, man. And if you could boil it down into like three specific benefits that you've gained from the ARC system, what would they be?
Um, Mindset, it's got to be mindset. Navigate the conversations or uncomfortable conversations. And the emotional mastery was definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, those three is just controlling your emotions, your mindset moving forward, and how to um getting deep into deeper conversations where it's what I found out in the end was my wife wanted deeper, more intimate conversations, and I just couldn't get there because I didn't know how to.
Sure.
Um, but after learning the tools on how to stand in the fire and talk, just talk, that's ultimately what they want. They just want to talk.
Yeah.
Don't fix anything, just talk.
Yeah. And I also want to give a little bit of context. So you're an ice guy, so you've gone down the path of the ice guy, and that's definitely the case. Women and your wife wanted to talk, and that wasn't available to her before until you went through the program. So it's absolutely wonderful. I also want to hit on a point you said there previously about the importance of, you said about noticing so how you were talking, that the steps that you were taking before, that they weren't working. So awareness, man, it's so key, and it's a of the arc system, that awareness. If you
Hmm.
don't know you're fucking up, if you don't know you're making the mistakes, then you come to a false conclusion and a false belief that it's impossible to save your marriage. And that's unfortunately what
Absolutely.
men think. But I did this, I did that, but they're just doing it their own way. So
Yeah.
awareness is so important. Okay, thanks for sharing that, man. So why don't you share with us then a little bit then, Jeff, how has your life changed? So what's changed in your life since you started applying the ARC system after only 2 months of being in the ARC system?
Well, conversations between my wife and I are really deep. We're open, we're honest, we're transparent now. And the relationship has, I feel like it's actually shining brighter than before we had kids. It's amazing. Um, yeah, I am super happy. I am excited to move forward with this relationship. And yeah, we're my wife and I were having flirting sessions, which is weird. I mean, it's been over a decade since that kind of stuff has happened with us. So, um, I, happiness overall has gone through the roof. The kids, they're seeing it. So, the energy around the house is just so much better because of us being able to talk openly and freely, um, even through harder conversations or um, yeah, it's just been really, really good. We're wanting to do more things together, um, going on more date nights or talking about more date nights right now.
Wonderful.
Um, yeah, it's just because of wintertime, it's kind of more indoor stuff now.
Yeah.
Up here in Canada, it gets pretty cold. But yeah, we're planning on doing a hell of a lot more. And we've realized through these conversations that it wasn't just us having these negative thoughts, but it was the people around us that was feeding this negativity. So my wife and I, we've decided that instead of spending Christmas with my divorced mom, which recently just moved to Calgary, and her divorced parents, because there was so much negativity there, we were dreading Christmas. We were dreading holidays because we would have to spend 4 different Christmases with 4 difficult people. So
Yes.
instead of all that, we've decided to just screw them. Let's do what we want as a family that would make us happy. So we've already booked a hotel down in Seattle, and we're just gonna go travel for our Christmas and do what makes us happy instead of
Wonderful.
trying to please other people.
Yeah, that's so important. And how does it feel? Because I can't let this go without like hammering this home, man. When you joined the program 2 months ago, like she was texting someone else. I mean, I
Hmm.
remember you saying to me, you said, Luke, look, I need this for me. I believe in the system, but regardless, if I don't reconcile with Kelly, I'm going to be a better man for this. I want this. And so you were not in a great place, that, like you said, but you've come in, you've been a rock star. I had the feeling when you came into the program, you're going to be a rock star, and it proved to be proved to be true. How does it feel to be, to have been in that space like 2 months ago, where it was kind of like you felt hopeless? She said she was done, not in love with you, texting someone else, and to come
Mm-hmm.
in, apply the process, to do all the work that you did, show up for the group sessions, and now 2 months, only 2 months, man. So that's 60 days where you've completely turned it around, where she's told you she's falling in love with you again. She's
Mm-hmm.
wanting to work on the marriage together. You're having the most deep, so intimate conversation you've had, and you said like 10 years before the kids were born. How does
Mm-hmm.
that feel like to you that you did this, man?
Mm-hmm. What's my name again?
Woo!
Feels amazing. I feel uplifted. I'm full of energy. Um, Even in the last few weeks, I've had so much more energy. I'm so much more happy. I've been wanting to go out and do whatever I want to do. It's like if I want to jump out on my mountain bike, I'll just jump out on my mountain bike. Lately I've been wanting to. I used to play ice hockey a lot as a Canadian.
Mm,
So I've been jumping on my or putting my skates in my work truck, and every so often, if I feel like going ice skating, I'll just jump to the rink after work and take a couple of rounds. It's great. Before it was, oh, I got to get home, make sure the wife and kids. No, make sure you're happy first. If you're not bringing your A game, then what are you bringing home? Not your A game, right?
yeah,
So make sure
sure.
you're taking care of yourself first.
Yeah. Wonderful, man. It's such an honor for me, man. I love it when I think like 2 months ago where you're showing up and you're looking all pale and I was like, oh, I don't know, Luke. And now like you're literally glowing. You got your new name, woo, and you've gotten all the results. The 5 goals that we set 2 months ago, you've smashed through all of them. So I'm so happy for you and Kelly, man. It's awesome. So now that we've celebrated you a bit, um, what would you say? No, let me just think about this. For somebody that is now considering about looking at the ARC system, doing the same thing you were,
Hmm.
um, what would you say to them? They're sitting on the fence and they're like looking at all these different programs around and they're like, which one to go for? What would you say to them about the ARC system?
I would say don't think about it, just do it. If you think about it, then you'll never join any group whatsoever. The
Mm-hmm.
ARC system has done a lot for me. Self-esteem, confidence. It's if you're complacent, then definitely join the group. You'll learn that being complacent is just gonna get you stuck for a long time.
Oh yeah,
Um, this there's a lot of tools in the ARC system that would definitely benefit not only people in relationship issues, but people that's having a tough time getting through a roadblock on their own. Um, People that's lost themselves, I would say definitely join the group. Not only to, I personally don't think the ARC system is just for relationships. It taught me how to be a better human overall. With all the tools that are given and all the guides and all the videos, it's amazing with what you can learn. Um, there's a lot of information here, and as a human being, you never stop learning. If you do want to stop learning, I mean, yeah, good luck to you, but
yeah,
there's a lot to learn out here in the art system.
yeah.
Do it.
That hunger for growth, man, I could feel that from you straight away. You were like, I want to learn, and you blasted through the program, and you continue to learn in the program. So that's wonderful, man. So, final question: what type of person do you think is a good fit? Because you know the type of guys I look for, and the type of guys I allow into the program. Now that you've been in
Hmm.
the program, who do you think is a good fit? What type of man is a good fit for the ARC system?
Oh, anybody that needs a little help, anybody that needs a little bit of help, um, well, for relationships, anybody that needs a little bit of help for, um, how do you say this nicely? Anybody that doesn't feel confident in raising their kids should definitely take the course because it'll make you learn a lot about yourself. And you have to learn a lot about yourself before you could lead. If you're just going out there and just trying to lead without learning about yourself first, and you're just a boss, you're sitting behind a desk and pointing fingers. Leaders should take this course because once you take this course and you learn more about yourself, you'll learn how to be a true leader, right? You need all of this mindset, the emotions, the confidence. You need all of this to lead properly. So I think leaders should be taking this course.
Wonderful. I totally agree. We want leaders and we want people that are going to take action. So, Jeff, again, congratulations to you and Kelly. I'm so happy for you. We're going to continue working together just because it's so much fun. But you've already managed to get your goals of reconciliation and saving your marriage and creating a new intimate relationship. You've literally reconnected with your wife and avoided the divorce. So, congratulations, man. Congratulations on all the effort that you've taken. And I look forward to continue working with you and hearing more about you and Kelly, deepening that relationship. And yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, brother.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, without you, I wouldn't be able to be here right now. I would still be stuck in the hole, probably divorced by now, really. Right?
Thanks.
Yeah, I got you to thank for this and the group. And without the group support, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be here.
Thanks a lot, brother. That really that means a lot to me. And so thank you. I accept that, but also the work you put in, man. This is all you. You put in the work. That's what I love about you guys that show up, put in the work, and you're getting the results. So thank you so much, Jeff, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to share your experience for other men that are in the same situation you were 2 months ago and are now out of. So thank you so much, and I look forward to continue working with you, brother.
Yeah, I'll definitely see you at the
Next group
course on
session.
Monday.
Lots of love. Take care, man.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye for now.